We now arrive at something called the Vulgate cycle. In literary terms, a cycle is a group of stories bound together by common characters, but not necessarily written by the same individual. It is basically a temporary literary canon. And so the Vulgate cycle represents just that, a new canon of Arthurian lore. No one knows what person or persons wrote the Vulgate cycle, but these tales expounded on the mythos of Arthur, the Holy Grail, and Merlin. From their creation in the early 13th century, the Vulgate cycle became one universal source for the Arthurian legends. Within the Vulgate cycle, Merlin's powers expand even more. Merlin moves across France to advise another powerful leader on matters of foreign affairs who accepts the prophet's instructions without hesitation. So we have a Merlin who can cross the continent at supernatural speeds and whose word is taken across all of Europe as inarguable and omniscient. After the coronation of Arthur, Merlin aids the kingdom in a few battles. He then has a prophecy, a revelation of his own death at the hands of a young woman. Merlin goes to seek that girl named Vivienne, who is said to be related to Diana, the goddess of the woods. Although he is knowingly seeking his own death, Merlin's prophecies are said to be so strong that even he himself cannot avoid fulfilling them. Merlin finds Vivienne by a fountain and impresses her by performing great feats of magic. He conjures a castle in a garden. Merlin draws a circle on the ground, and from it come knights and ladies who are singing and dancing with each other. As Anne Lawrence Mathers points out in her book, The True History of Merlin the Magician, the feats worked by Merlin here are decidedly dark. In medieval magic, conjuring a castle usually required some sort of blood sacrifice. The act of drawing a circle on the ground had likewise demonic implications, and thus Merlin's knights and ladies could have been considered demons or the undead. Regardless, Merlin and Vivienne make a pact. He will teach her this magic in exchange for her love. Merlin gives Vivienne the gift of prophecy before dictating to her a book of spells and instructions on how to perform magic. Using this magic, Vivienne eventually brings about Merlin's death. Strictly speaking, Merlin does not die. Rather, Vivienne hides him in a mist where he disappears from Earth and conveniently from Arthurian legend. From this mist, Merlin still has his prophetic powers and even communicates with the world on occasion, but in his physical presence, he is perhaps dead.